Hello and good evening, my beautiful listeners. Like always, we all know that you are tuned in to Akashvani Kohima, FM Tragopan at 103 megahertz, and I am your RJ Yomi, who will be hosting In Perfect Harmony. We know it's Saturday and it is 5:30. That means we are going to interview someone special. So welcome to the In Perfect Harmony program. Let me be a little dramatic here for today as I introduce our guest. All right, behind every stunning moment on stage is a silent magician, the one who paints with lights and sets the mood without saying a word. They may not be in the spotlight, but they are the reason there is spotlights and they create it. So please welcome our unsung hero of every event, our guest for today, our stage light engineer, the wizard behind every glow and light on stage, Mr. Avikuo Tepa, proprietor Headlight, Kohima. Welcome to our show, sir.
Thank you, Yomi. Thank you for having me here.
Okay, so I have, like I said, I have given a very dramatic introduction to you, but we also would like to, we also would want you to introduce yourself apart from the ones that I've already done.
Well, Yomi, you have done so much already. But, my name is Avikuo Tepa again. I am a stage light engineer by profession. And this has been quite exciting journey for me. And, what I do is I bring some light in some dark areas. So I think let's start from there.
Okay, that was something unexpected and I really liked the way you introduced yourself. So, before this interview, I told you that this is a first time, this profession and this topic of stage light engineer has been come to my notice for the first time, and I'm very curious and actually excited to know that what are the things a stage light engineer actually does.
Well, you see, this is not something that was very common in our place actually. Now, in fact, I didn't even know the importance of light back then. But we'll get to that after in a moment. But as a sound engineer, what we do is we synchronize and also understanding the kind of music that is happening or the event, the program that is there. We have to understand that and make sure that the colors, the lights blend in with the music, to create the perfect ambience,
yes,
so that the audience can enjoy more.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like the lighting is everything when it comes to creating an ambience. Like apart
Definitely.
from the music, you
Yes.
need the perfect lighting to grab that emotion of every song or every thing that is being done on stage.
Correct.
Yes.
If the light is not right, you see, everything is just it doesn't synchronize, and
Yes,
then it
yes.
becomes a very sad scene. So light does make all the difference.
So I would also like to know what are the creative process like when designing a lighting for a show, like say a formal event. What kind of designing you do, or a concert, because even concerts are of various genres, like a mellow one, there are indie concerts and there are metal concerts, the rock concerts, beauty pageants. So what is the difference, preparing lighting for different shows like this?
Like you said, in fashion shows, pageants, we don't want the light to be so distracting. We want the lights to be focused on the contestant or the models that are walking the ramp.
Okay.
When it comes to concerts, that also varies from the different genres that are there. So if it is a rock, we do use a lot of strobes and a lot of light play. But when it comes to choral singing, we don't want all the lights to distract the audience.
Yes.
Since it's slow, the light is slow in motion, and like according to the kind of songs that or the program that is in, we design the lights accordingly.
Okay. So you mean that we have spoken already in the second question that I asked you, for every genre you have different kinds of lightings, like you can't give a harsh lighting to the pageants or a choral program like you said, whereas you need a different kind of lighting for the rock shows or the metal shows, a kind of aggression, I should say.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, if there's a pageant going on and all the strobe lights are there, like,
Yes.
it's just chaotic.
Exactly.
It doesn't work like that. So,
yes.
yeah.
So I think, not I think, but I'm very sure that as light engineer or light engineers, it is a very a big burden on your shoulders, that it is up to your hands to make the show a successful one or a chaotic one, actually.
Of course, like, it is not just the light, but it involves all the other partners, the LED walls, the sound system.
Yes.
We do work in synchronized way, so
Okay.
so that the show is perfect.
All right. So, talking of synchronization, like you said, so I actually also wanted to know if you work with pre-programmed cues, or you control everything live on the spot. Are there rehearsals, or like you said, it's a synchronization of all the departments, not just lighting? So, how is it? Like, is it pre-programmed, or you do everything, control everything live?
We do pre-program, because when the rehearsals are going on, we see what is happening, and accordingly, the timing of the song, we pre-program everything in ahead. But of course, when it comes to live shows, we don't just use what is pre-programmed. Accordingly, with the rehearsal and the live, there's a big difference actually. Now in the live shows, we have to do a lot of changes in between. So along with the pre-programmed setup, we add other, as much as creative, in a much more creative way, whatever way possible.
Okay.
We do the programming, even during the live shows. Yes.
All right. So, like you say that everything is pre-programmed, but it also depends upon the show that is going on. Sometimes you have to make quick changes also,
Right.
because according to what the person is doing on stage. So, this question I've been meaning to ask you, because since you are a professional, and I'm sure that you make very less mistakes in your profession or whatever you do. So, is there any challenging situation or any moment of chaos or a mishap that has happened during your time on on an event, or anything that you think of that you still think and you regret, or how, if any mishap or chaos, or how did you handle that situation?
It does happen when we are in a live show and your equipment's malfunction.
Yes.
That has happened, not too often, but it does happen. So there was one time when in the middle of the show, it was an outdoor,
Okay.
and our controller was covered by a tent.
Okay.
But water was collecting on top, so somebody came and pushed it. So when the water fell on the controller, all the lights went out. So that was like out of hand, of course, but that was scary, and it's quite haunting also.
So, how did you manage? Did the show stop there, or did someone come up to your rescue?
The show went on,
Okay.
but luckily it's just the controller, but the lights were there.
Okay.
So I have to rush up to the stage, and then of course there was no controlling of the lights anymore.
All right.
There's no creative way of controlling the lights anymore, but just switch on the lights. So it was just like that. We couldn't help do anything
Okay.
in that situation. Yes.
But like there are sometimes, I think in everyone's life there is a mishap or a challenge or a situation that we never forget, and I'm sure that has been one of your most unsuccessful, I should say, not because of your inability, but because of the mother nature showing her, showering us with blessings, or that person who just pushed the tent. All right, having said that, since I already asked you your most challenging situation, I would also like to ask you one of your favorite or most unforgettable setup that you've done till date.
Setups. No, I mean, for me personally, all the shows are memorable for me, but uh, this is not the one. There's one particular event which was not necessarily the best rigging, light rigging I have done, but this was one particular event here in Kohima. A band came from out of state.
Okay.
They came along with one of the lighting engineer.
All right.
Now we work together. Now what I do in lighting is that I try to maximize all the lights that is rigged on the stage.
Okay.
Try to make use as much as possible. But very interestingly, this particular light engineer, he used only a few lights.
Okay.
Just a few lights. That was about 6 or 7 of it.
All right.
And he made it so dramatic and interesting that I thought that that particular event was such a good learning experience for me, because getting to interact with the engineer and also doing what he does with just few equipments. I think that would be one event which I thoroughly enjoyed, and yeah.
All right. So unlike what I've noticed by the way you just answered this question is most people like to highlight their successful stories, or I've done this and I've done that, and that has been one of the most memorable things or a very unforgettable thing. But I think after what I've heard from you, I think you're a very humble person, I should say, because you being a professional and giving credit to someone who has come from outside, but from your own profession, and being able to say that that learning has been one of the most useful and unforgettable setup that you've seen, not only crediting yourself but crediting the other person. I think I should give a round of applause. So
Thank
listeners,
you.
here I am giving a virtual applause. I know you cannot hear it because I cannot clap on the studio, but these kind of questions and answers that you've just answered are the ones that encourage us to be more humble also. And speaking of humble, let's go a little personal, because I've been asking you very professional questions. So how has your childhood been like? And also you can answer like since this profession is like, I think only a handful or maybe not even a handful of people know about it. So what came to your mind, and how did you choose this profession, and where did it all start from?
Well, that will be quite an elaborate one, because it's quite interesting. Well, you see, back then I was doing some supplies for a particular department.
Okay.
And they needed some lighting equipment.
All right.
And they asked me whether I could provide that kind of service. I had no knowledge about it, but I knew someone who he made some purchase back then. So I said I can provide that. So I went to ask this person if he can make some purchase for me, some lighting equipment. And he said, there's no issue, I can provide for you. After some days, he brought the equipment, which was about 10 pieces of lighting fixtures. So
Okay.
on the day of delivery, when I went to that particular department, they said, we don't need it anymore,
Okay.
because we have already made some purchase somewhere else. Now, surprisingly, I did not feel bad about it. In fact, I was very content. If that's the case, no issues, I'm taking it back. I kept it in my home for quite some time, and after a month or so, the person who made the purchase for me, he called me up and said, do you have those lights that I purchased for you? So I
Okay.
said, yeah, it's with me, just lying in my home like that. Now, he said, can we hire it?
All right.
Now, that was the first time ever it came to my realization that people hire lights for their programs. I did not know anything about lights. Then I said, no, I will not let you can just take it, it's there, take it, use it. He said he was so grateful that they used it, brought it back. And then another month went by, the same person came again, calling me saying that we need your lights again, but this time it's not gonna be free.
Okay.
So how much would you charge? I said, I don't know. but please take and use. They said, no, then we will not use your equipment.
Okay.
But it was a very cordial kind of conversation, and he said, okay, whatever from our side we can provide, will. So the story goes on like that, and on the day they returned the equipment, he said something that has intrigued me into, coming into this profession. He said that lights can be controlled using a controller.
Okay.
Nobody knew about it. I was so surprised. That it can be controlled. That excitement brought me to buying a controller, and for 1 year I stayed. I was a young man. I did not go out. It was so exciting for me that I stayed at home with those 10 pieces of equipment rigged together, sitting on the controller the whole day, sometimes even at night, just learning the process of how, because you see, in science, we know that lights cannot be bended unless with a prism. It travels in a straight line. Lights changing the colors of light again. Now that is so amusing because as a young man, I was an artist too.
Okay.
So colors coming together and something that which cannot be done, like bending of lights. But now with a controller, I can do the direction of lights. So that went on. I tried building this company called Headlight. Now Headlight, it started very humbly. Like I said, we have 10 pieces. You know what? Back then, the events, there's no light. Just a light that highlights the artist standing on the stage, and of course the sound system was there, and that was the show that happens everywhere.
Yes.
Now, when I think of it, I went to the organizers, the event managers, or like committee, whichever is there, and I started requesting them to use my light. Now, I was not only, like requesting them. I said, use my light for free.
Okay.
Now, free, and you pay for the transportation, the to and fro taxi fare. So it all started like that for about 2 years.
All right.
So I was getting paid for my taxi fare. That's it. And on the third year, people started coming back to me slowly.
Okay.
So it was quite challenging for me to start a new market. I mean, like you were saying, there's no. This is something so new to me also.
Yes.
Like that, it was so new to everyone, and to create the market, that was the biggest challenge for me, I think. Besides the other things, and then in each event that I went, and every program that I was there, I always said something. It's just like a vision, a dream that I shared to everyone, and that was Headlight will provide the best lighting service in Kohima, if not in Nagaland.
Okay.
So every show I was saying that. After 3 years, on the 4th year, the organizers started saying, Headlight provides the best lighting service in Kohima. That was not me saying, but them saying. Now that change of the narration, that was so encouraging. And today, of course, definitely we do provide the best lighting service in Kohima. I mean, there are a lot of good service providers around Kohima. I mean, not a lot, but like I said, a handful of it. But we do, yes.
Okay, so from what I've heard from you just now, you mean to say that you've not taken up professional stage lighting as a, course or anything. You did it on your own, like self-learned.
Yeah, I think the word was, we use a lot of self-taught, but autodidactic. I think it's quite difficult to pronounce also.
But I think you should also have that, knowledge in you, because not just anyone who is interested in this kind of profession can do it. I'm sure that you had some kind of knowledge, or we should say that hard work, triumphs over everything. You cannot skip it. Because
definitely.
It definitely took you some time to, get used to it.
See, it was all about the interest, the heart that you want to.
Yes.
I mean, back then, this industry was just nothing was there. It was just blank. It was blank paper. and we wrote what we could. And I think anyone can write their own story like this.
I think that's a very interesting story. Not just interesting, but I hope that it also encourages the listeners who have been listening to this interview. And like you said, I think in your heart, you also thank the department who actually first rejected your parcel of the
Of course.
of the lighting, and a big shout out to your friend who purchased that lighting for you also, because without him you would not have realized the importance of lighting. And I think there's a saying in Hindi like kuch pani ke liye kuch khona bhi padta hai. So you gave your lighting equipments for free. So that is a big step actually, because these equipments are actually very expensive, and then giving it for free. I think you're not only very humble, but you also have a big heart and big brains, I should say. And I think you are all in one package. So I'm so glad that I'm interviewing you today, actually. And it's so interesting to, just listen to whatever you are saying, because it's like a story. And then I hope that the listeners also get encouraged by you, and the light seen in Kohima, not only in Kohima, but Nagaland also booms like the other cities. And so I just would like to ask you another question. So did you face any challenges or, pressure from your families, or, there are a lot of societal pressures especially in Nagaland, when you try to take up a different profession, and especially a profession that people have not heard of. Like we here in Nagaland, the people of Nagaland are a little conservative, I should say, not very open to change. So I'm sure that it's been quite of a journey. And so how did you, what were the pressures and how did you overcome?
Well, gratefully, I was blessed in many ways, actually. I did my master's in geology from Guwahati University.
Okay.
The same year that I returned, I got into the department called NASDAQ. I was working there as a junior scientist. For 1 year I worked there, but I did not like the work that I was doing. I mean, it is very productive work, but which was not something that I enjoyed. And then I went into teaching for 3 years.
Okay.
As an art teacher. I thoroughly enjoyed those few years I was teaching. And then I again was like employed under the government of Nagaland as a government servant, which the department which I would not mention now. But I worked there for almost 1 year, but I did not enjoy working there also.
All right.
The day I gave my resignation, after a week, I got another appointment. But since these things were not which something that I don't enjoy doing, so it was not worth it for me. So I just said, no, something that I enjoy doing and comfortable with. It is not always about the money that we do.
Exactly.
Something that you enjoy doing. I think that makes the difference here. So when I started the lighting, I was doing almost for free. So of course, definitely there were a lot of family pressures saying that you're not getting anything out of this. Don't waste your time. You can do more. There are other places where you can do so. Those were there, but something in my heart that was there. I always said, wait. This will definitely make an impact one day. So that was always there, and I believe that. I think among them, one of the first decent earning that I brought home, my daddy smiled at me. I think that makes a difference. Yes.
I think that had also been one of a very emotional moment for you. Like, like I said, people here in Nagaland are very skeptical to change, and then, like you said, you were appointed as a government employee, and people in Nagaland, like everyone's dream, every parent's dream is to have their child or their children get into a government job, and you being appointed and then giving up that job for something that makes you happy, for your passion, I should say. So I think I should applaud you for that, because not many people have the courage. Because I think in Nagaland, what we say is government job is the most secure job. So you have anything to say on those lines?
Well, if it is pandemic, COVID pandemic, every day, I think government job is very much secured.
Yes.
But I think if you want to enjoy your work, the things that I do, it's on you. No, you are least bothered about being on time. Do things your own way. So I think that's quite relaxing. And when your mind is relaxed, there's room for more productive activities.
Yes. So I think this interview is going more and more interesting than I actually thought, because you're giving me so much insights about you, and like speaking of your personal journey, like from an artist to a teacher to a government employee, and then now being the proprietor of the best the best lighting that is there in not only in Kohima but Nagaland. I think you deserve a very big round of applause.
Thank you.
So it is already 5:56 by the studio clock, and we have around 4 minutes. I know it's a very short time, because I want to keep on asking you questions, because I have so much in mind after hearing your answers. But just one big question that I would like to ask you is, what would you say to the juniors or the upcoming generations who want to take up this stage lighting as a profession?
Well, it can be any profession that, but something that to become, the profession in the field of stage lights and all, you have to work really hard, because this is 100% physical.
Yes.
100% physical. Of course, like it looks so glamorous, from on the day of when the live shows are going on, but it is 100% physical work. Of course, like you do need to have some creativity of, especially mixing of colors, the angle of the light flow, understanding music. So these are some very important, concepts that you need to have if you want to start in this line of work. And of course, I still feel that anyone can do it. If I can do it, I was just a simple boy back then. And today, of course, we do provide some good service here in Kohima. Yeah.
That's a very good thought that you've said, that if you can do it, why everyone can do it. And I think, like I said, you have not just humble but hardworking, and I think courageous to actually give up your government job also. So for the next 2 minutes, I would quickly like to ask you some rapid fire questions, just to make this interview a little interesting, inspired by the other interviews that we see on air on the television. So I'll just be asking you 5 questions, and you just have to quickly answer me. So you don't have a lot of time thinking. So let's go. So what do you prefer, LEDs or moving heads?
Moving heads, definitely.
Okay, so formal events or concerts?
That's difficult. I mean, like, just very difficult. It's rapid. Concerts, yes.
Concerts,
yes.
All right. So fog lights or no fog lights? Fog or no fog?
Definitely fog.
Okay, so favorite color to work with?
Amber.
So amber. Talking of amber, what, like, okay, I know what the amber color is, but can you explain to our listeners what it actually looks like?
It is yellowish orange.
Okay.
So it's pleasant to the eye, and then the ambience is actually very beautiful in still and video, wherever that. Yeah. Okay.
So last question. So most overused lighting effect. What is the most overused lighting effect according to you?
Ambient lightings.
Okay. I hope that doesn't offend anyone. And with that, we have come to an end of the Imperfect Harmony with Mr. Avikuo, who is the proprietor of Headlight. And I would also like to request the listeners that their page is they're in Facebook as well as Insta, and the handle is Headlight Kohima. So if you have any events or concerts coming up, please hire from them. That is a small advertisement that I'm doing from our side, and I am so glad that I got to interview today. Thank you so much for coming here, sparing your time, and then, doing this beautiful interview. I'm sure that the listeners learned a lot from you. I learned a lot from you. So I just want to say that with that, we come to an end of the Perfect Harmony program with Mr. Avikuo Tepa. So let's hear it one more time for the creative force behind every event and scenes. Thank you so much for joining us, and I wish you all the success and light in your journey. May your path always glow as bright as the ones you create for others.
Yes, let there be light.
Let there be light. That's a good thing to say. So, all right, listeners, that was In Perfect Harmony. I hope that you had a very interesting time listening to our guest. And as you know, we go live every Saturday at 5:30 p.m. with the theme In Perfect Harmony. And today we had our Stagelight engineer, Mr. Avikuo. So I hope you remember his name and his company, that is Headlight. So with that, we come to an end of the In Perfect Harmony program. I thank our guest here for coming in, and I hope to do more shows. It's actually very interesting. So thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much.
All right.
And last but not the least, happy World Music Day, everyone.
Yes, happy World Music Day, actually, everyone.
And subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell for the latest contents. Also, follow us on all our social media handles.